Today is National One Hit Wonder Day. Here's our favorite one-hit wonders and something you might not know about them. We can't talk about one-hit wonders without talking about the song American Boy by Estelle and Kanye West. We're familiar with Kanye, but Estelle seemed to have disappeared pretty much as soon as she arrived. I love this song because of how catchy it is, but also the story of how it came to be. Estelle is an artist from the UK, but she was in LA hanging out and spotted Kanye West in a chicken and waffles place and decided to wait outside to talk to him. They got to talking, and before you know it, they were in the studio together working on her entire album with John Legend. John is actually the person that came up with the idea about writing a song about meeting a guy in the US. Thus, American Boy was born. The song was nominated for Best Song of the Year at the Grammys and ended up taking home the Grammy for Best Rap/Song Collaboration in 2008. And although we don't hear too much from Estelle these days, that song will always be a staple of the 2000s.
I'm gonna have to go with Mambo No. 5 by Lou Bega for my one-hit wonder song choice. That song was one of my favorites growing up and still is to this day if I ever wanna have a dance party in the house with the family. But I remember when I was about 7 when it came out, and I thought it was such a cool song because there's a lot of females' names listed in it, but my grandmother's name, Rita, was in there, so I instantly thought it was so cool. And then I remember going to Much Music video dance parties, and as soon as that song and video would come on, I thought I was the coolest kid there because I knew every single word to it, and still do to this day. So yeah, my one-hit wonder song choice, Lou Bega, Mambo No. 5.
I'll put it to you this way. If you were putting together a Mount Rushmore of one-hit wonders, you can't not include Tainted Love. I will say right off the top, I'm aware that Soft Cell had 12 top 40 singles in their native UK, but for all intents and purposes, as far as the general public is concerned, they are one-hit wonders. So the story goes, singer Mark Almond was working in a coat check at a club when the DJ put on the original by Gloria Jones. He liked it so much, the band incorporated it into their live sets, ultimately recorded it, and turned it into a #1 hit in 16 countries, including Canada. Now, as far as the United States were concerned, it actually spent a then record-breaking 43 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100, where it peaked at number 8. As an added bonus, if you've got an extra 6 minutes and change of free time, the extended dance version where they transition into the Supremes' Where Did Our Love Go is about as 80s as it gets.
The year was 1998, yet just this past weekend, I heard this song come on as I was running out of a bar just before they flicked the ugly lights on. You know what I'm talking about, right? Semisonic, Closing Time, what a great song. And for years we all thought it was a song about a bar closing. Turns out it has a much deeper meaning than that. Singer Dan Wilson years later revealed the song was actually about the birth of his daughter, who, fun fact, was born prematurely, and the day that she was released from hospital was the day that the song was released. How cool is that? Now, the song went on to become Semisonic's biggest hit. It even helped their second album break all kinds of records. They went into platinum status. And although we haven't heard much about Semisonic, the song has lived on through movies, it has lived on through television shows, and Dan Wilson says that the song actually helped open a lot of doors for him as far as writing is concerned. Like, I had no idea that Dan wrote Not Ready to Make Nice by the Dixie Chicks. He also wrote Someone Like You by Adele. Not bad for a one-hit wonder, and a song that apparently only took 20 minutes to write.
Who doesn't like a Scottish rock duo formed in the 80s, the best decade, and they're twins, the Proclaimers. And my one-hit wonder is I'm Gonna Be, parentheses, 500 miles, parentheses. And I kind of like how they put that in there because they wanted to call it I'm Gonna Be, but we call it 500 miles. So they gave us everything. Why do we call it 500 miles? I will walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles. Right? They have that little accent. So fun to sing with the accent. So this song never made it to #1. It peaked at 3. Heartbreak. Now, can't always be a winner, but the reason why it went is because of a small movie that became a cult classic starring up-and-comer Johnny Depp and Mary Stuart Masterson, Benny and June. Yeah, this song was in Benny and June. The best.
All right, for me, my one-hit wonder of all time is definitely Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me. Now, I kind of feel like I'm throwing them under the bus because they are one of my favorite bands of all time. And they had 6 albums that came out before they recorded that song for the Breakfast Club soundtrack. But without a doubt, when someone thinks Simple Minds, they think Don't You Forget About Me. The ironic thing about that song is they didn't even write it and they didn't even want to record it, but they needed something for the Breakfast Club soundtrack. Director John Hughes himself asked if they could contribute, and the label was like, you should record this song. We think it might be a hit. Well, Don't You Forget About Me became a massive hit. Again, I feel like I'm throwing them under the bus because I'm a huge Simple Minds fan. I mean, I've got a 7-inch from Sweatin' Bullet. I've got Sister Feeling Call signed by the entire band. But when you think Simple Minds, it's all about Don't You Forget About Me. A classic song that when you pair it with the Breakfast Club, it's the ultimate 80s teen experience.